Hi everyone, and welcome to the Virgo May 2022 Illumination reading. This is I'm Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance, or more simply put, to better find where you fit. Hi and welcome everyone. For all of those who are returning, thank you so much for your continued support of my channel. And for all of you who are new, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. So this reading, we are going to start by taking a look at your internal energy, what you're bringing into the month of May. We're then going to take a look at the energy around you, what's going on in your external environment, and then a challenge that Spirit is asking you to engage with this month, to basically engage with and overcome, so that you can unlock something about your unique self and better illuminate for you your own personal path and spiritual importance. So let's go ahead right off the bat. I love it. Right off the bat, Virgo, we have Nine of Cups for your internal energy. We have the World and your external energy. And as to your why, we have the Ten of Swords. So you're entering the month of May with a wish associated with some deep emotional dream or need around emotional fulfillment. So this is kind of like the heart's wish card. It's also a card where you get to a place where you can feel grateful for the emotional bounty that you have, but you then throw out that kind of last final wish for something that's going to almost be like the icing on the cake to get you to that true Ten of Cups, happy family, ultimate heart's desire realization. And in your external environment, you have the energy of the World, which is actually a beautiful energy. It's one of the closing out of a major cycle. It's one where we get the chance to actually pause for a moment, kind of revel in the fact that we have come this far. We've survived this big life cycle, and now we get to really glean all of those beautiful lessons we've learned, and we get to pull them as the world turns over into the next cycle. Now, this can also denote for some of you actual physical travel or movement. The world, when we think about the world ending and turning over, this could be where something new is starting, that you are being asked to move or possibly have an opportunity to travel. And why? Why are you being, what is the challenge you're being asked to engage with this deep wish for yourself here? And why are you being asked to engage that with basically the ending of what you've known for quite some time? And it's to allow you to be able to move on from this, the Ten of Swords. This is also the closing out of a minor cycle. So these two cards really mirror each other. This is the closing out of when we have felt that we have basically gotten to the lowest point. I mean, this is overkill. This is when you've been stabbed in the back 10 times, literally, and you are at your lowest point. But the beauty of this card in showing that on the horizon, the clouds are clearing and the sunlight is coming. It's the dawning of a new day. And the beauty of this is that he gets to stand up and choose one sword to walk away with and start the fresh cycle, his Ace of Swords. What does that mean? That means that you get the ability to see that you are able to go to your lowest point, but you are able at the same time to clearly understand what you're capable of facing, what you're capable of overcoming, and some new truth about yourself that then you carry forward triumphantly as your new connection to your singular truth as you walk forward into the next cycle. So May is a beautiful opportunity for you guys to really break a cycle or bring something to a final end, meaning, and I do think it's around a deep wish or dream of yours, that there is this feeling of, what if you had it, it would make you feel, again, that ultimate, almost like you're experiencing heaven on earth, that ultimate cup that you just need one more and it'll make everything wonderful. But it is going to take the realization that it's time to walk away from this energy, and it's time to let the world turn over, and it's time for you to let it carry you forward. So let's go ahead and see what are the challenges, what are the blocks you're facing, and really letting a cycle and letting something major in your life go so that you can go out and make space for this 10th cup, for this deep heart's desire to come in for yourself. And I can tell from personal experience, I have been in this energy myself. Years ago, I went through a very rough divorce. I was at a place where I had been in one industry in a career field for a long time, and I didn't know that if I left, if I'd be able to find, if I had enough experience to move away from that. But I know I needed to move away. And it was one of those things where my whole life kind of had to fall apart for me to, again, allow myself to see the light of day and to realize that in letting certain things fall away and letting certain major cycles come to an end, like a certain focus on a career path and a certain focus on a significant other and a certain focus of having to live in a specific way, that I opened myself up to allow for destiny to a certain extent to meet my actions, which was my free will, in engaging with the realization that I had a dream that I wanted to fulfill. And I had to, again, take action to change aspects of my life, which included having to walk away from things that were not fulfilling to me. I had to let that cycle end. And I can tell you from personal experience as well, the beautiful things that can come in when you choose to do that. So you have the Three of Wands, which is in your primary challenge position, but that's a great card to have in your challenge position. If I could talk, in your challenge position. We also have the Ace of Pentacles coming up, the Three of Cups at the heart of your reading, the Emperor, Three of Pentacles, and the Prince of Swords, which in this deck is the Knight of Swords. So interesting cards coming up. Virgo, I feel like the Emperor has been coming up a lot in your readings just in general. So there is something around here, something around really stepping up into that kind of Emperor status in your own life. That maybe perhaps you have been taking a back seat. This is really where we can kind of get to this point, right? We get to this point because we've been taking a back seat. We've allowed circumstances in our life to kind of keep stabbing us and stabbing us and stabbing us. And this is really, this whole spread as I'm seeing here is about stepping up into the Emperor position, but through embracing community. So let me go through all of this here. We have the Three of Wands in your main challenge position, which the Three of Wands in general is a positive card. It's one of basically waiting for your ships to come in. It's that you've taken action. These are the Three Wands, and you're waiting for the results of what, as you took those actions, what those actions are going to bring in for you. Now, where this can be a challenge is when we get stuck in the waiting. And we realize that eventually we're going to have to, if we're waiting for boats to come in, eventually we're going to have to go down to the docks. And we're going to have to prepare ourselves for when those ships come in. And we're going to have to prepare ourselves for really what we want to take away from what comes in. Meaning, this is where maybe you took action towards, getting a new job, or taking action towards putting yourself back out there to date somebody new or to move homes or something like that. But once you take that action, we can't always just sit back and wait. This would look like you went ahead and put out a bunch of resumes and haven't received any responses. So you're just going to sit there and wait and wait and wait, never go out and follow back up. You're never going to go back out and submit new resumes or go back on LinkedIn and look again. This is where you kind of get stuck in that, but I took action, so it should come back to me. And instead it's realizing, you took action, and yes, it will trigger a response. There will be reactions to the actions taken, but it is a dual process. So kind of what I was describing, with my own personal process is that I had to meet destiny, which are your ships, with my own free will. I had to walk down to the dock to embrace what was coming in and then figure out what to do with it. Because why this is why Spirit's asking you to kind of face this challenge and actually start to go out into the world to meet this, to meet your ships, is because there is a new opportunity waiting for you, the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a fresh, it's a new seed. It's the seed that holds quite a bit of potential, especially with the Emperor coming in here and the Three of Pentacles at the end. This is a new opportunity that, again, you're only going to be able to see if you're already at the dock waiting for that ship. Now, if you're not, you might actually miss this opportunity. And that's kind of where I think as you're moving into Taurus season, which really is about the physical, is about the Pentacles, is about working with opportunities that are coming in tangibly, not just this kind of ephemeral, well, someday when this happens, or wouldn't it be great if. It's like, no, there's actually an opportunity coming, but you have to be the one to be looking for it, be ready for it. So imagine if 3 ships were coming in. If in reality you had 3 ships come in, they could come in all at the same time, and as one is being unloaded, you might be focusing on this one, and you might sit there and miss what's being offloaded off of a ship over here because you're so focused on this one. So how do you clarify that? How do you know, well, how can I tell which ship to go towards? How can I keep myself vigilant to looking out for the right opportunity? That's going to come back to this, to what are you throwing that wish out for? What is it based in emotionally for you? Is it based in that emotional dream of having a family? Is it based in that emotional dream of the freedom of having the career that you've always wanted? Is it based in the emotional reality of wanting to travel and see new places, or wanting to have a great be part of a community and a tribe? Because that's going to allow you that as you see those ships come in, you're going to look at that and say, oh, well, that's a ship that's bringing in love. And that's a ship that's bringing in career. And that's a ship that's bringing in something around travel and movement. And you'll be able to then say, well, ooh, yay, travel and movement. Well, that's what I've been looking for. And you'll go to the correct ship, if that makes sense. Because at the heart of your reading, you have the 3 of Cups. And this is what Spirit's asking you to really embrace and lean into as you move forward to really overcome this challenge and allow yourself to get carried away with the new cycle that's coming in. It's also going to help you herald in this wish. The 3 of Cups is a card of community. It's a card of celebrating with others. It's a card of holding up your cup, your love for yourself and the love that comes from the divine, and also knowing what is in your cup, what fills your cup, what emotionally do you need from life that makes you feel fulfilled. It's almost like as if he was going to hold up one of these cups, and look for the others who will come in and help point the way towards that final cup. And that's really what you're being asked to embrace here, is community. Are those people who are out there to support you and to be on equal footing with you. And again, to share openly, to share yourself, to share your emotions, to verbally speak your wish and to live it out there. Because on the other side, we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is that reminder of, you are the emperor to your own empire. We each are, we are the, the center of our own universe. And the Emperor gets a chance to really step up into that highest part, position, or that highest part of being an emperor, when he or she is focused on doing things that create abundance for the entire empire, but including themselves, that are from a place of empowered leadership, not doing things out of a fear-based mindset, but instead doing things out of an eye for the future, an eye for where this empire can grow and become. Because right after that, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and this is the card of growing. This is the card of taking the Ace of Pentacles, that opportunity that's coming in, and being able to know who to partner with to build your legacy, or to start to build something from this Ace of Pentacles. This is when we get together with others to start to build something with an eye for the future, the future of what this pentacle can become. And you're going to know who to build with by knowing who you emotionally connect to, by seeing who is around you to support you in this endeavor. Because at the very last card here, we have the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. And this is quick communication. So somebody coming in with truth or with some type of message. And there's something around with that's going to herald in the ending of this cycle. That's really going to be some type of quick communication. And that's what's going to clarify for you. What is it that you want to build now? And for some of you, I'm getting the feeling that you guys might even know what this opportunity is. You know, that the ships might have come in, you've seen the opportunity, but you're afraid to share it with others. You're afraid to actually build it. You're afraid to go out and speak about it. And if you do that you know that's the closing of a cycle. You know that's where you can't sit here and be kind of wallowing in this anymore. You see the truth and you know it's time to get up and walk forward again. But that is hard, and I understand that. That's hard when you feel exhausted. But there's a lot of beautiful room for growth here, Virgo, and a lot of room for, again, this heart's fulfillment to come in. You're being given the baseline to do that, and the ability to really, I think, step into your own power this month. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull 3 additional cards here. We're going to pull a card for curiosity, one for contemplation, and one for courage and one for contemplation. So we're going to first start with curiosity, and this is what Spirit would like you to be curious and open to. We're going to build in a question around the card that comes out so that you're opening up an avenue for Spirit to come in and answer the question, to allow you to better understand and clarify this message for yourself, to really see where is this opportunity and what might be blocking you from actually really moving forward and building on it, planting it, and starting to have others come in to tend to it with you. So what does Virgo need to know about where to be curious about? Oh, interesting. So you have second chakra, Archangel Ariel, number 36, breaking down to a 9, which is also heralding in the end of a cycle. Second chakra is your sacral chakra. This is also the chakra that is associated with creativity, our ability to not only create children, but our ability to create in general. And with this coming in here, the question that I would ask yourself is, what do you want to create for yourself? If you think about it, if you think about where you've taken action, maybe over the past year, or maybe even throughout this entire cycle, it might have been looking back at a 10-year cycle and saying, where have I taken action? And really, what's coming in from the places where I chose to take action? What is blocking me from taking something in my life right now and creating for myself what I want, instead of waiting for that thing to come in for me? So what is preventing me from actually tapping into my sacral chakra, stepping into that place of personal empowerment that ties directly to the Emperor, and really be able to create for myself what I want, and to take this opportunity to do that? What is stopping me from doing that? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull a card here for the concept of courage, and we are going to look at where Spirit would like you to have the courage to take action. What to keep in mind as you do that. Because again, it's not enough to just wait for destiny to come in. We have to meet destiny at the docks with our free will. So that takes action. That takes courage too. You know, especially when you're coming out of a period like that, out of the 10 of Swords, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to get up, face the world again, and face it again with optimism, with being able to lean into a wish, being able to really go out there and even share that deep wish, or share your story with others. It's very difficult. So what does Virgo need to know about where they need to be courageous in taking action? It's funny, Taurus's cards are really kind of hard to come out. I feel the same way with you, Virgo. It's like, I don't want to hear it. Oh, I like this. Okay, so we have surrender to divine timing. It says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So I love this. This is really where we kind of break through that gap between waiting for something to come in and taking action towards creating what we want to come in for ourselves, or creating the structure for the foundation for when that thing comes in, that we have faith is coming in for us. We're creating the foundation so that when it does come in, we're ready for it. Now, this would be like if you're looking for new love and you really want to have somebody come in, you want to have the household and the finances set up. It would be like as you're starting to go out and date again. On the other side of things, knowing that you are going to meet somebody who is going to fulfill that need and be that great partner for yourself, on the backside are really working on your, career goals, working on your finances that are going to allow you to put money down on the house. That's going to welcome in the family, that's going to have room for the family that you want. You're going to look for opportunities to get together with people who do like-minded things so that you might meet somebody who also is like-minded. This would be like going out and maybe you love to work out, so you start to join classes where there are more people who are working out in a specific way. You join a running group or a biking group or things like that, and you start to lay that foundation. It's not just, well, someday maybe I'll have a love of my life. It's, no, you're actually you're co-creating at the same time. And you're surrendering to divine timing, and that you don't know if that perfect person or that perfect experience is right around the corner. But you can get to that corner a lot faster if you start to walk towards it. So there is a little bit of that. And I really feel that there's an element of faith coming in here, that what you think isn't out there for you is. It's just asking you to really realize you have the power to create it. You don't have to be at the mercy of the divine or of destiny or of even another person, that you are the one that gets the chance to, through your actions, create for yourself what is already coming in for you. Okay, now we're going to pull a final card here for the concept of contemplation. So this is what Spirit would like you to reflect on for the month of May as you go through, kind of as an underlying message, a connective message here, to keep yourself accountable to. As you're going through the month, you're taking action and you're reflecting on the reactions or the consequences of your actions. You get to see, are they in alignment with this underlying theme? Kind of gives you a point of reference almost here. All right. And reflection as a concept, contemplation, is very important because it allows us to reflect in the moment, to hold ourselves accountable to our actions and the consequences they produce, and then allows us to go back to curiosity, to be curious about, again, what if I change something a little bit? What if I focus more here? And that allows us then to know where to take the next action. So contemplation is very important. So we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. I love this. I love that there's that seeding the light and laying foundations. You're really being asked, so when you think about it, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, whether you believe in Jesus or not, she was somebody who gave birth to Mary, who was the mother of Jesus. Now, she didn't know that 2 generations later, that her grandson, when she was giving birth and raising Mary, she didn't know that her grandson was going to become this incredibly iconic and moving individual who would stand the test of time. But she did have faith in the importance of her own child and raising her own child to the best of her ability, and wanting to see to the future that her child was going to be taken care of and was going to move into a world that was as best as it could be and as much as she could make it such. So there's this feeling, again, of having this deep element of faith, of knowing, again, you kind of just have to act and keep taking action. and understand that yes, there is a divine plan, but you get to be the one to lay the foundations for what you want to come in. And that's going to allow you to really capitalize on this opportunity. So keep that in mind. You might not see the long-term vision for, you might not even see, again, why you feel the need to build something or to capitalize on a specific opportunity. It could have ramifications 2 generations down the line. But have faith that you're being called to do something specifically. Have faith that you're able to build it bigger and stronger with others. And to know that you have it within you to create what you want for yourself. Your ships will come in, but what you want on those ships is yours to determine and yours to create the foundation for. All right, Virgo, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it's been illuminating. If you would like, there is an extended for this reading where I will go into love. I will also pull additional clarifiers for this and for your main challenge point. So I'll pull additional cards for the 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles. If you notice, these are all 3s. These are the building numbers, also a number I associate with divinity. But we'll go deeper into these and pull additional cards, and then I'll pull a final spiritual message for you for the month of May. So that extended reading is about 30 minutes long. If you like, you can click on the link in the description box below to view that. Otherwise, if I don't see you there, I will see you again in June for the next illumination reading. Bye, Virgo.